I did not expect this video to be so long. This is what I get for not watching the clock as I'm talking. Sorry, y'all. It won't be so long next week. Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Lee. This is JLeesCorner. This is my review for Power Book 2 Ghost. Will it ever just be Ghost and not Power Book 2 Ghost? I'm just wondering, okay, but this is season 1, episode 3. This is a good episode, okay? The series, brava. If you have not done so already, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel and become a whole JayBird, dun 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 dun, and all that goodness and stuff or whatever. Okay, do not forget to like the comment and to comment and share. Okay, follow me on social media at J_Lees_Corner. All of that is in the description box below. I don't feel like inhaling and exhaling, but I want y'all at home to inhale and to exhale. Okay? I want you all at home to relax, to relate, to release, and center yourself. Okay? Thank you very kindly. So we see the beginning of the episode starts off. We see Kane and his brother Drew, okay, riding around, getting up drug money, beating up people who don't have their drug money. Like, we need our money right now. Okay? Then we need it right now. Okay? They get back to the house and there's Drew and Kane and Diana sitting around chit-chatting, and Diana is on, I'm assuming, Snapchat, and a group of people who sell their stuff or whatever is all on social media popping that shit about how they got money here, whatever, just being too seen. Okay, when you drug dealing or whatever, you can't really be seen in these streets or whatnot. And they're like, man, they're gonna bring too much heat on us. We gotta tell mama what, okay? Because then in walks Monet. So the kid looks like, oh, hey mama, what's up? What y'all up here talking about? So Diana shows her the video, and we see the kids talking too much, on camera too much, flashing money too much. And people come like, where they getting that money from? What, they getting it from the drugs they're selling through Monet. So she like, you know what I'm saying? Fuck that, fuck them. Let me go handle some business or whatnot. So then she walks away and whatever. We then see Tasha, Davis, and Paula meeting up. Okay, now Davis is telling her how I do not want to be caught off guard in court. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you lying about something. Stop lying to us, Tasha. What do you know that you're not telling us, Tasha? Look, I am not lying. Sax knows that I did not kill Terry. I need her to stop saying Sax knows she did not kill Terry. Say Sax knows I didn't kill nobody. Because you killed Keisha, okay? So stop being specific about who you did not kill, okay? Anyway, Terry loved me, okay? He wanted me to turn on Ghost. I did not kill him. Look, that don't matter, Tasha. At the end of the day, the truth don't matter, because what matters is what we can sell to a jury, okay? What can that be? And Tasha has a great idea. Look, put me on the stand, okay? I can make the jury believe me and believe my story to get me off. Get you some women on that jury, get you some mothers on that jury, let me talk to them, and I can do it, okay? They will take my side. And then she walks away or whatever, and Paula says to Davis, we can't put her on that stand. Like, they not gonna believe her. He said, I know, but she don't know. You know what I'm saying? So we have to get her ready for that realization that, you know what I'm saying, she don't know what she thinks she know. She not running this shit right here, okay? Not right here. Anyway, with Nancy Trigger's in class, okay? He's in class with Professor, Oliver Simmons, okay, the white man up there. Now we also see Professor Reynolds Jabari is on the sidelines paying attention to. Now this time, Tariq did fully read the book that he was supposed to read. However, when he gives his opinion on that book about Socrates being stupid to not defend himself in the book, the teacher like, oh, I'm not surprised at your remedial thoughts. Tariq was saying, I said from the beginning, this class was too advanced for you, and it's kind of showing in your opinion of said book. So they then begin debating back and forth with this and that or whatever, and Tariq brings up how some men think their status puts them above the law, okay? And people like that always meet their end like a daddy, okay? At that point in time, Professor Oliver, it's like, so all these years of these studies and scholars or whatever, you think that, it's all wrong, whatever, based on your opinion, you think that's all wrong? He like, well, I think, people who think they're so much smarter than others are sometimes blind, because even a scholar can be wrong. And the whole time we see Professor Reynolds, the black guy, watching it and smiling, seeing Tariq challenge Professor Simmons, which people really don't do, okay? Tariq had his own opinions, his own ideals about the book, and he's proud to hear someone say something different than, the regular thing that Professor Simmons wants to hear. So white man Professor Simmons said, you know what, your paper would make for an interesting read based on your opinions of this book and whatnot. And so I'm like, okay, that's cool. Now in the hallway, Tariq is talking to Thigh Pocket Gale. Oh, her name is Lauren on here. And, his thing is he's upset that the professor tries to want to embarrass him, say he was stupid a little bit or whatever, was not good enough for the class. He felt like he was poking at him, and he was wrong as hell. He was wrong. Whereas Thigh Pocket Gale, Lauren, feels like, we know sometimes you have to do this, let people do what they want. You have to give them the answer they want to hear. You have to play the game, just to get along or whatever. He was wrong. I'm saying, should I let him win? She's like, so do you want to always win? Like, if that's the case, this may not be the same for you, because my brother always had to win, okay? And now his ass is in rehab. I was like, well, he lost that battle, but I'm going to digress or whatever. She's like, just let people help you who are trying to help you, like me. I'm like, how are you trying to help him? But I guess you give him little tidbits on what to do. Like, sometimes don't give your full opinion on shit when, it's not needed. Sometimes tell people what they want to hear and then just get on and let them be dumb and let it be that or whatnot. I'm like, cool. So we do see Tasha in prison, and she see the lady who's pregnant, and she has the little Plan B pill, and so she walks up to her and is like, hey, I think you dropped this. She's like, oh, how did you know I was pregnant? How did you know I need this? What is going on? Who is you? What do you want? Or whatever. I'm Tasha Green. Okay, I think I need a friend. I think you need a friend too. What's going on? Look, I need, to know people in here or whatever. She's like, well, why? Because usually people like you don't stay here too long, so why you need friends here? Okay. Here. And she's like, well, I think that the PO lady, I think whoever got you pregnant and over, and I need to know what's going on around here. And she's trying to say a tit for a tat. Okay, a tit for a tat. Now, as they're talking, and some man who's fixing the camera, whatever, he then pulls out his phone. He starts taking pictures of Tasha talking to the girl. The PO lady, is she a PO or a CO? The CO lady comes out, and she's watching Tasha talk to the girl who's knocked up, and she's looking like, I don't like that shit. Tasha sees that, and she kind of gets up and walks away. But then the man who was taking the pictures, no one sees him taking the pictures, okay? Said man then leaves that prison because he worked there. He leaves that, or he was doing some work there. He leaves that prison. He goes to the men's side of the prison and whatnot, and he then meets up with who? Lorenzo, okay, who was the husband of who? Monet. And I'm like, oh, okay, I see what you want, because Lorenzo is who got the Plan B pill and the phone to Tasha. Okay, so I think the thing was, let's see what she does with it or whatever. But again, dude, like, she didn't even take the pill. I think she gave the pill to another inmate. He's like, oh, okay, so that's different or whatever. He gets a call from Monet, who then tells him, first of all, this man's in prison, like, living the high life. He in there, he got beer, His cell door is open. He just sitting in a big ass. He has a whole block to himself. He got a cell phone. I'm looking like, what? He's really a whole kingpin in prison. Why didn't Ghost have a kingpin in prison status? I don't know. Anyway, so he gets a phone call from Monet. We wasn't scheduled for a phone call. Like, what's going on? Because again, it's a cell phone that she called. She like, look, you know what I'm saying, Lil Guap or whatever, out here in these streets on social media, he blowing up the spot. So we need to, put a lid on him before he have us get in trouble. He like, nah, we can't do that because Lil Guap daddy took a whole bullet for me, so I just can't have that happen. So just have Drew go talk to him and calm things down. She's like, Drew ain't gonna, he ain't gonna do that. That's not what Drew do. We should have Kane go. You're like, nope, don't do Kane. Do not send Kane. I said send Drew. Do as I asked you, my love. Okay, gotta go by. And now I'm like, Lorenzo really in here calling shots from prison? I mean, I guess so. So this one time we didn't have Monet going and talking to the kids. Your daddy said we can't come down on them little guap and them people or whatnot. We have to just kind of quiet it down, but not kill them. Okay, we can't kill him right now. And he wants Drew for you to go and talk to them. They like, Drew, why? Look, that's what the daddy want. That's what it is. Leave it be. Now, when Diana and Drew walk away, Monet talks to Kane. And Kane like, mama, you know damn well, like, Drew not gonna really handle it and, like, make anything quiet down or whatever. She's like, I know. So I need you to follow your brother. Watch his back, okay? Don't intervene, Kane. I just need you to go and make sure things go right, okay? Don't let him see you. We don't want him feeling like we don't trust him. But do not intervene. I'm looking like Kane look like he gonna intervene because that's just what he do. And like, all right, mom, I got you. Then he leaves. So we do see Zeke in their dorm or whatever, and he tells Tariq, I got a paper due like either today, maybe tomorrow, I don't know. He like, dude, why don't you just tell, like, I have my own work to do, bro. What's wrong? Why would you like not give me enough time to do your work too or whatever? He like, look, it is what it is, but I got a paper due, so you got to do it because the arrangement. And so Tariq has to do it. He like, all right, man, fine, whatever. So Tariq, even though he's upset, he still needs Zeke for something. He like, look, I need to know, like, I want to date Diana. Can you hook up a conversation between me and your Aunt Monet? I want to ask her permission to date her. He's like, man, he don't let her date. Like, Diana cannot date her at all or whatnot. And plus, Auntie said to keep my school life and my personal family life separate on two different ends of the spectrum. So, you would not be talking to Diana or my auntie. Okay, that's that on that. And I'm like, I thought Auntie Monet said find out more about him or get to know him. But I guess maybe she changed her mind and said keep him away from us. So we then see Tasha. Tasha is surprised that she has a whole court date. She's like, Paula, I can't go to court. Like, why would no one tell me I had court? I can't go to court looking like this. Okay, what am I supposed to do? I'm going to look good. I got my braids all messed up. I got no lipstick on. You know what I'm saying? My eyebrows not fully drawn on. You know what I'm saying? I'm in an orange little jumpsuit. What am I going to do? She's like, that's what the glam team was for. So we see she had a whole glam team that makes Tasha go from that to this. Okay? And she's a Tasha we all knew and love. Rosy cheeks. Okay? Looking all put together like a whole mob wife. Okay? She looks like a queen pin. Or just a businesswoman. I don't know. It could be either or. So when she gets to court, she's like, what is going on here? Like, what is happening? Davis then tells her, hey, what I did was I got a mock trial. Okay, if you want us to believe that you can testify and prove yourself to be innocent, you have to prove it. Okay, prove it and let us see what you can do. And so she's up on the little mock stand. Now everybody participating, the judge, the fake ass jury, the fake ass bailiffs, they've all signed NDAs, non-disclosure agreements, so they cannot talk about anything that she says in this mock trial. Okay, and for the most part, they're asking her about, were you really afraid of James? Okay, were you really scared of him? Did you have any choice? I didn't have no choices. Okay, I had no choice when it came to James. Okay, I met him. I wanted to be a singer, but we got together. We got married. I got pregnant. He moved me to New York or whatever. And then, it was just what he wanted at all times. And I knew that because one time I was 7 months pregnant with our twins, and we got pulled over by the police, and he had a gun in the car, and he forced me to put the gun on myself because he knew they would not search a pregnant woman. So I had to put the gun in my clothes, okay, next to my pregnant belly. And I knew at that point that I had no choice but to do what he wanted. I was just afraid my whole life, okay? And so she paints this picture of a housewife, a pregnant woman, a young girl who was, wooed by this man, okay? And I was then sucked up into this life of crime. And I couldn't do anything besides just be there. And she gives her speech or whatever, and then when it's over, she kind of leans back and smiles as if I just put the wool over everybody's eyes. I'm looking like they know. So we then see Tariq, who is texting Braden to ask, Braden is little Tommy. So he's asking little Tommy, if he wants to really make some extra cash. Like, man, I sure do. Even though I'm a rich white boy and my family built some of these buildings here, I still want some extra money or whatnot. So we then see them meet up, and Braden goes to his doctor's office, okay, to get a doctor's visit. And he steals some of the blank prescription pads or whatever, so they can get some pills that they need. So Braden is going to go to a different state, go to little mom and pop stores that do not call the pharmacy or who do not call the doctor's office to prove the script is, legit or whatever. So they'll have drugs or whatever. So while he's doing that, Tariq will be, there in the city doing whatever else or whatever. I'm saying? And, I'm working on getting to connect right now. So like this is just like a little part-time thing. I'm looking like y'all up and stealing prescription pads. Y'all going from state to state getting drugs. I'm looking like, when are y'all studying? What is going on here? Okay. So we then see Monet and Diana on their way to Zeke's game because they think Zeke is playing today because he's supposed to be off academic probation or whatever. So as they're walking and talking, we see Diana doesn't really want to be in the family business or whatever. She wants to go to college. She wants to play basketball because as she says, I'm just as good, if not better, than Zeke. And they're like, look, Mom, I want to do that. And she's like, no, Zeke not my child, you my child, okay? He can go play basketball, you can't because it's different. If you go play basketball, you do really, really well, you get a scholarship or whatever, you get drafted, you can only make maybe like 70 grand a year. That's like nothing. But if Zeke goes, it's just different. It's a different amount of money for him to go than for you. Because again, we know that women basketball players are really, really underpaid for the same job that they do than the men or whatever. And then, Diana brings up the point like, well, you want me to be in the family business or whatever, but daddy wants, Kane and or Drew to run it. She's like, no, your daddy think he know y'all. I know y'all, okay? What do you think about your daddy wanting, Drew to go handle things? She's like, well, Drew ain't gonna really do things, whatever. It should have been Kane. She's like, I know. So I sent Kane with your brother to watch his back. Again, my job is to know which positions we all play, and I know your position is you're smart too, okay? So you need to do that and pay attention because I can't afford to be wrong. But you was wrong, okay? You thought that Kane could scare Tariq, and he did not do that. She's like, well, I know. That was my fault or whatever, but I'm saying that was Zeke's fault too for bringing Tariq around. I looked into that boy, okay? Everybody around that boy either ends up dead or in jail. So look, we need to leave him alone. Do not have him around the family, okay? So as Monet and Diana gets to the auditorium because they're going to Zeke's game, they run into Tariq outside because Tariq again is trying to thank them in person. He's really just trying to get close to the mama, okay? But again, she's already made it clear to Diana, I don't want Tariq nowhere around us or whatnot. So while she allowed Tariq to say hello, she allows him to say thank you. That's about it. Okay, like, can I sit with y'all at Zeke's game? Maybe. She was like, we need 2 seats for Zeke's game. Okay, I'm looking like, okay, I'm on that. Show him and pay him dust. Okay, when they get in there and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? She sees the coach, and the coach is surprised to see. It's like, oh, Monet, I'm so surprised you're here. She's like, wow, I'm always here for Zeke's game. Why would I be? Oh, let's go over here and chit chat. So we see Monet talking to the coach. We see Diana and Tariq talking. Now with Monet and the coach, he let her know like, hey, so Zeke isn't playing today or whatever. It's like, why not? I thought that he would be off probation by the first game. Like, I know, I thought that too. There's some red tape right now that we don't even know about or whatnot. So we hope within the next game or two that he will be back playing round here. Okay, round here. Now with Diana and Tariq talking, he like, why your mama so mad? Like, what's going on? It's fine. Some people we work with is doing some bullshit or whatnot, and she just upset that she's not listening to me right now. She's just doing her own thing. She does not care what I say, okay? But again, we won't worry about that. He like, well, you need to just tell her what she wants to hear. Like, just play along to get along, whatever. He gives her the same advice that Thought Like a Gale, Lauren, gave him. He's using what he got to get what he want. Again, so back in the locker room, we see Zeke, who isn't playing, kind of fussing and arguing with one of the teammates who is kind of playing his spot, okay? Because Zeke is there because he needs to get drafted, okay? And so the scouts who are there is not watching him right now because, again, he ain't playing. So the coach does give him a game playbook. Like, look, I know you're not playing just yet, okay? But I need you to study this because when you're back on the court, we need you to be ready, okay? Ready. Yeah. He then said, but in the meantime, in between time, what I want you to do is come with us to the press conferences after the games are played. Zeke don't want to do press. He wants to just play ball or whatever. And the coach reminds him, look, a good player can be both good at both. You have to be good on the court and off the court too. I think Zeke just stupid. So he don't like to talk that much or whatnot. So we then see when they get to the press conference and they say, hey, Zeke, so what about you and not playing? Like, what's going to happen? Like, look, I don't know about none of that. Good job to do who in my space right now. Okay, you're going to be gone in a minute because I'm back the next game. And they're like, yeah, Zeke. And I'm looking like, no, Zeke. And the coach looks pissed because, again, they don't know if he'll really be ready or even off probation by the next game. I'm pretty sure Monet and I'm gonna probably break the legs of the boy who's taking his spot, but we shall see. We then see Drew. Okay, Drew now went to visit these dudes, what's their name, Lil Doogie, Lil Boogie, Lil some damn body, okay? And they in there partying or whatever, and they sitting around chit-chat for a little second. And then Drew gets to the point, look, man, Bonnet don't like how y'all doing things, okay? Y'all be on social media too much. Y'all need to kind of calm it down, not be out here flossing and flaunting what y'all doing. It's going to bring some unnecessary heat to us. So please cut it out. Okay. We're gonna cut all that out, right? They then put their phones out and start going live. I'm looking like, he just told y'all don't do that, okay? But again, that was Monet's point in. Drew not gonna really drive the point home. Drew was kind of the nice one. A little soft, a little timid. But sometimes them soft, nice ones be batshit crazy, okay? And so when dude starts going live and recording, he then attempts to get Drew on camera. Drew knocked the phone out of his hand like, I just told your ass. And then as they stand up kind of face to face or whatnot, Drew was about to pull his gun. But before he does, Kane comes in. Like, we got a problem. What's going on here? What's happening? What's happening or whatever. And so things kind of calm down. But you can tell that Drew was pissed off that Kane was sent to kind of back him up. Because again, if you're going to let me do it, then let me do it or whatnot. So then Drew walks away, and before Kane walks away, he proceeds to pull out his gun and shoots all up in the air. I'm looking like, no, because Kane is unpredictable. I'm like, why didn't you just leave? But his thing is, he always wants to prove some kind of point, and so sometimes he goes for the overkill or whatever. So as they walking out, Drew was upset. Man, why would you come here? It was me on me. What you here for? And they walking or whatever, Kane laughing. And when they walk out, you see a cop car, woo, and I'm like, shit, they'll get arrested. Okay, but luckily, only one cop gets out and starts chasing them. Okay, the other cop is none other than Monet's boyfriend. Okay, the cop, dude, is his name Ramirez? I think it's Ramirez. Or is it Rodriguez? I don't know. Anyway, he recognized that as Kane and Drew. He's like, shit. So we see Kane and Drew running or whatever. The one cop chased him or whatever, and then they go like hide behind a little door or whatnot. Now Drew was like, man, what we gonna do? And Kane like, we gonna shoot him. He got to die today. You can't shoot no cop. The hell I can't. I'm gonna shoot a cop today. Okay, cop killer or whatever. And so the cop was like coming up. But then Ramirez, is it Ramirez? I think Ramirez pulls up. They went this way. Come on, let's go. You don't want to miss them, do you? So he knew where they went, but he had to lead the cop away to not let Kane and Drew, one, get caught, or two, kill his officer. Okay, we could not let that happen. So, they free to go, and they, it was what it was. Now, after all that or whatever, Ramirez, is it Ramirez? I think it's Ramirez. Go see Monet to tell her what happened, because Drew and Kane ain't told her shit just yet. So he like, look, had they done that, like had they got caught or whatever, I would not have been able to stop those charges, okay? Because it would have been like, we got you on camera or whatever. So, you really need to have Lil Guap and them stop selling, because they're always on social media, like we already have units around them trying to catch them, and if we catch them, they're going to name you and your organization. So you need to like stop. She's like, I can't afford to do that, mainly because Lorenzo doesn't want them to shut them down or whatever. But we then see, Monet and Rodriguez. Is it Rodriguez or Ramirez? I don't know which one it is. Start kissing and hugging. And I do feel like Mary J seemed more relaxed in her love scenes in this episode than she was in episode 2. She was real stiff last time in bed with him, but this time she was a little bit softer. Okay, so maybe she was out of stress or whatnot. But as her and her boyfriend to do it, okay, she gets a text from Lorenzo saying, come see me tomorrow, first thing in the morning. Lorenzo, leave her alone. She finna get some dick. We then see Stripper Girl, who has been working with Tariq, come knocking on somebody's door. Okay, this is stoner dude who was selling drugs in the frat party on episode 2, I believe, or whatnot. And I'm like, what's going on here? But she like, hi, I'm your birthday present. Come unwrap me. And she walk in, handcuffed or whatever, and he all excited or whatever. I'm looking like, you let a strange woman in your house and you let her handcuff you? That's a no-no. No one does that. No one does that. That's how you get robbed. Anyway, we then see Tariq sent her to keep Stoner Dude busy, okay? And to do what? So that he and Brady could go sell drugs at the frat party and make some money, okay? Make some money. But Tariq like, I need more money than this to save my mama. I need more. Yeah. And Brady, little Tommy, like, I'm down, okay? I'm in. I got you. To hire a stripper to bang some stoner to make some money, I guess it's smart. It's also like prostitution, but you done all other crimes, so it doesn't really matter. So we then see Davis. Davis brings Tasha back to mock court, okay? And for what? Mainly because, what I'm here for, you are wasting my time and my money. Because again, these mock trials cost money. So this is really Tasha or Tariq having to spend what? Spend money. And, he like, look, it was fine for you answering our question, but a part of being understanding also is you have to go over cross-examination. I have the perfect person to cross-examine you. And in walks Tamika. Okay, and we know she is definitely an opponent to ever be seen in the courtroom. Okay, so her and Tasha going head to head. Now, Tasha's pissed because Tasha, like, I fired her. I know, but I hired her because, again, she knows a lot. So she's the perfect person to cross-examine you. And when I say Tamika ass went in, she went in. Okay? So she first asked, so you opened some accounts, did this and that, you helped them launder some money. She's like, yeah, I did this, yeah, I did that, I moved some money around, because the laundromat and the club was a cash business, it was easy to do this or that or whatever, but I did that because I was afraid of my husband, and he forced me to do that because I had a background in accounting. Okay, cool. So, you helped your husband do this and do that, okay? And that money helped you have nice cars, a nice home, nice clothes, nice hair. Like your hair, by the way. Okay, I'm looking like, oh, she trying to be funny. She's like, look, okay, James did it all. It wasn't me, okay? Yes, I helped in this and that because I was afraid of my life, okay? I was afraid he would kill me. Oh, okay, Tasha. So you were so scared of him that you then went and had an affair with Terry Silver, his lawyer. Your husband was on trial for murder, and you were afraid of him, but you still fucked his lawyer, okay? You fucked the man who was trying to put you in jail? Is that right? No, that's not right. I fell in love with Terry. I loved him. Loved me. He was on my side, okay? James killed Terry when he found out that we were together. That's what happened. Oh, really? You want us to think that James killed Terry over you? He didn't care about you. He was Angela's man, okay? This wasn't personal, Tasha. This was business. You told James Terry was working with the feds. You arranged to meet Terry in the parking garage. You had sex with Terry just to get James enough time to arrive. You gave the order to have him killed, and you then knew where the body was. Okay, you did this, Tasha. You, James, then it was all you. No, James would never take orders from me. He would not do that. I did not kill Terry. Oh, but Tommy Egan took orders from you, okay? You told him to kill James. Did you all? What about Angela, okay? Did you ask Tommy to kill her too? Okay, James was your life. He cheated on you all the time. He wouldn't even stop cheating on you when your daughter was killed, okay? She was like, oh, she brought up right now. Oh, shit. All of this was your call, Tasha. All of it. When James wouldn't come back to you, he started fucking with Ramona, okay? You then knew he had to go, okay? So you reached out to Tommy to kill his best friend because you called the shots. You had all the power, Tasha. No. It's not true. Now, the whole time she going, met the man and Paula in the background looking like, we told Tasha she wasn't ready to be on that thing. And think about this, Tamika only knows a little bit. She don't know the majority of all the things that has gone on. So again, if you can't handle Tamika, you can't handle Sax. Because Sax knows more than Tamika. And Tasha realizes that because the whole time she's talking on the stand or whatever, she's getting more and more emotional. So the whole stone cold, I can handle it all thing kind of goes out the window because she can handle these truthful lies that, Tamika's bringing up or whatever. And so in the back when she wiping her makeup off, Paula walks in. She's like, Paula, I didn't do this, okay? I am innocent. I did not kill James. She's like, you may not have done this, but you did something, okay? And if you don't start being honest, you will stay in prison, Tasha. That's just the truth. And Tasha starts crying because she realizes it's true, but I can't snitch on my son. I can't tell them my son did this, okay? So I'm just kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place, okay? We then see Davis and Tamika talking, and she's like, look, Sax knows way more than me, okay? He was there way longer than me, so he knows much more than I do. You really need to go beg him for some kind of deal because, again, you can't win this, okay? You can't. He knows too much to do this or whatever. Dave was gonna say, how about you join our team? And she was like, what? Say what now? Look, I can't win this without you. So how about you join? We can be the Black Dream Team, whatever. He's like, look, I don't want that or whatever. Leave it be. Again, Tasha knows too much and has done too much to get off of this. She's going to go to jail. I'm say I can't do that. Okay, well, Tamika, why were you representing Sax? She's like, what? How do you know that? Well, the paperwork was filed, in the court for Sax to give you permission to represent Tasha without there being a conflict of interest. So again, why were you representing Sax just a couple weeks ago? I can't tell you that. Oh, I know, but what? Davis, I'm done. Nice try. Bye-bye. And then she leaves. But Dave was like, look, it's something going on here. It's something that she looked a little bit scared right there. Paula, look, we need to drop this case right now. At the time it's cut and run. He's like, no. It's time to double down because this case ain't even about Tasha. It's about sex. It's something in what Tamika said that lets me know is deeper than Tasha. Tasha ain't got shit to do with any of this. What the Sacks know and what the Sacks do. A whole bunch of shit. Okay, we then see Lorenzo and Monet in bed, chit chatting again. Look how she looks more relaxed with him. And you know what that could be? That could be a thing of her feeling awkward when she's not with her husband. Okay, she made it to be banging Ramirez. Is it Ramirez? I don't know. For help because she needs someone on there who's a cop to help her. So that could be the reason of her feeling uneasy in bed with him. Anyway, Lorenzo like, I don't like how you running things. Okay, I feel like you not really listening to me. She's like, look, I am not one of our kids. I'm your wife. Okay, I am your wife. I am the one out there running shit while you are in here. Okay, you need to let me run things my way. I know more than you think I do or whatever. You went behind my back and still sent Kane. Really, say, look, we can't be sending Kane. Kane is unpredictable. You know what I'm saying? We need to let Drew learn how to handle shit, wife. Okay, look, Drew ain't built like Kane and Diana, and he isn't. We can tell that he is not or whatever. He then say, well, first of all, Diana should be in school learning. Okay, she is not like the boys, which makes her know she called your ass, didn't she? So that's why we're here, because our daughter called you. Like, no. Look, all I know is, you can't run things forever. I need you to trust me and let me handle things from here too. I feel like he has an idea of how things are going. He has an idea of how the kids are based on what they maybe tell him, but he ain't seen it with his own two eyes. So again, his vision is from afar, whereas Diana's vision is from up close. So it's just two different things that they're doing. The fact that he wanted to send Drew did not get it handled. She wanted to send Kane. Kane went and shot the place up. They both were wrong. So we see Diana gets home and she's pissed off, okay? She's pissed off at Kane and Drew because Ramirez told her they shot the place up and almost got arrested. She's also pissed at Diana because Diana called the father in prison and they all kind of doing things without either telling her or trying to do things without her finding out, okay? So she sends Drew and Kane away. Well, I could call him Kane. You just can't, girl. You just can't, Drew. So she sends Drew and Kane away, like, get out my face. I don't, just gets gone some goddamn where. Now, with Diana, she's upset because, one, you went behind my back trying to use your father to get me to do what you wanted to do. She don't like that kind of manipulation or whatever. So she's like, did you call your father? No, I didn't call Daddy. No, not at all. Go get the family burner. So when she brings the family burner back, she checks it, and there are no calls to the prison, okay? Look. This is still my house, okay? You think you smarter than me? I was coming and going before you could even be thought of, little girl. This is still my house. And she then walks away. But later on, see her come back. She's like, where is it? Where is it? Where's what, Ma? The phone. I know you have another phone. Where is it? And she looking through her purse, passed her down or whatever, and she finds the second burner phone. So now she's pissed. So you have a second phone, your own phone, to call your father? This is my house, Diana. My house. She grabs the phone and then breaks it and then walks away. Her thing is, you are undermining me to get your way when I'm really trying to do things the right way to keep us safe. And you want some bullshit because you want to go to school. We then see Tariq. Tariq gets back to the dorm or whatever. He sees Zeke in a room sitting there playing games. Like, man, really? You're not even busy. Like, you had me fail my own goddamn class because you told me that you were too busy to do your own work. Okay, that's some bullshit. That ain't my fault you failed your test. Oh, that ain't on me. That's on you. He's like, look, in order for this arrangement to work, you can't let me flunk out of school. Like, you have to do some of your own work. It can't just be me. I'm saying that ain't gonna work. Because if I flunk out, what would that do for you? Okay, fine. The fact that Zeke not even playing basketball, I don't see what he busy doing. The fuck or whatever. Anyway, so because Tariq is in a little bit upset that he messed up his class for Zeke, it's like, look, I need a favor, and you can't say no. What is it? Call your auntie And I'm like, oh, here we go. We then see Professor Reynolds, black guy, okay? And he's in his office at night and he's meeting with some woman who loves his writing, okay? I love how you wrote about this girl. I wish you would write about me in that way. He's like, it's okay, but maybe I can be that person for you. He's like, no, it's okay. She then starts like coming on to him. She starts kissing him and trying to get some dick. He's like, no, wait. We can't look. You are my student. She's like, graduate student. And I'm like, what is going on? But she then starts to kind of walk away. He then goes after her, closes the door, and starts to just do it. Okay? They kiss and hug and get naked. And the whole time this is happening, Professor Carey is coming back. Now, she don't see what's going on in his office because she goes to her own office or whatever. But again, they're kissing and hugging. And the fact that he, wet his hand. And I'm like, using spit just disgusts me. It's just so uncouth. It's just so nasty and whatnot. But again, now Professor is fucking his girl, his student, up against the wall. And so Professor Carey, who's next door, hears this and she realizes, oh, he over there fucking somebody. And I'm like, first of all, she's a sex addict. She has to leave. And I'm like, did he do that because he knew she was listening? I'm like, no, because he did not know she was there. He just be in his office fucking kids. Now, I don't get the point of this scene. I know it'll probably come up later that he's a bad person who fucks students or whatever. But again, I'm like, I didn't need this scene. But I mean, it was what it was. So we then see Zeke's favor for Tariq. He called his auntie and said, Tariq isn't here. I have to see you, auntie. Come over. But when she gets there, Tariq is there. I thought you said he wasn't here. Auntie, I need him. You know what I'm saying? So I need y'all to chit chat. So Zeke leaves. Tariq then gives Monet a bag of money. Here, okay. If I'm going to stay in school, if I'm going to be here and keep helping him, we're going to have some kind of agreement, okay? Some kind of understanding or whatever. What is this? What is this? I don't need this money. I'm good or whatever. He's like, look, I made that in one day, okay? In a few hours without even leaving the campus. Be careful who you accuse of, being a criminal boy. What are you talking about? Look, I just need a supplier. All I need is a supplier. The kids here, all they do is get high. I don't know you. I don't trust you. Oh, but you trusted me with Zeke. You know what I'm saying? His grades. Like, is he your priority? What do you want, Tariq? Look, I can't be out here trying to make money for my family. Okay, if I do that, I'm going to flunk out of school. At that point, I can't help Zeke, okay? So if you work with me, no one will know your name because we know the rule of the street. The rule of the street is we all have to pay a price if we end the game, okay? And she was like, if we do this, okay, you could not stay here with Zeke. You could not have him anywhere near this. Okay? You have to be somewhere else. Okay, I can do that. So now Monet and Tariq is working together. I'm like, that was so quick. It's only episode 3. What's going on here? Now, as they talking, his phone ring, and she see that it's Tasha. Answer the call, because I would go crazy if I was in there and my son didn't answer the call, and then she leaves or whatever. I'm like, what the fuck, girl? But Tasha like, Tariq, give Davis whatever he wants because I am in trouble in prison. I need you to give him whatever he needs. She don't want to be in there forever. She just wants to get out and she don't know how this going to happen. We then see Monet on the phone with Lorenzo asking if they can trust Tariq. She's like, no, we can't trust him at all. You know what I'm saying? However, he has a weakness. Matter of fact, he is a weakness. So I need you to make a phone call. Lorenzo then calls Tasha. One prisoner's cell phone calls the other prisoner's cell phone in prison. He tells her, because she don't know who he is at this point in time, but he tells her, like, look, make Tariq do whatever we say, because if not, we're going to kill him. So Monet thing was, Tasha loves her son, and so she'll do whatever for her son. So we don't have to control Tariq, we have to control Tasha. I'm looking like, well, God damn it. Ain't that some shit? Anyway, there was a lot this episode. I mean, it was so much, and I don't feel good, and I did it anyway. So I hope y'all enjoyed. If not, I promise to be better next week. Okay, gotta go. Peace.